Put your heads on. Settle down. Horns up, defense, horns up. Horns up, defense, horns up. Let's roll up our flags, put our signs together, get our break, and then we will move on.
Okay, go like USFAG for the win. Yes, let the folks know we are the best. Better than the rest, no contest. Ayy, horns up, yeah, one chance. Put them in the air now, 2 hands. 3 for the win, going in, yeah. Ballin' like I'm MJ, last dance. Ayy, horns up, go crazy. Tell them keep hanging, don't phase me. They can't see my team in HD. This is USFAG, yeah. Horns up. All girl, 1, 2, 3. All girl.
Well, in the pyramid, it went up, and it was, I can't remember if it landed weird on my thigh, but I know the weight was forward, so I was trying to, like, get her back on me, and I didn't feel myself on Julia, her shoulder. I was just focused on trying to get toast on my leg, otherwise known as Kayla, and all I know is, next thing I know is I'm slowly going down, and it felt like it was in slow-mo. And all of a sudden, I'm on the ground, and then I feel like a pop. So, like, if there's any clips of me crying, which there probably are, it's not because I was in pain, because I feel like it does look like I was in pain. I was just, like, having an anxiety attack, because I've been out before for my ACL years ago, and I was like, I can't go through that again, and I was, like so close to it again. So I was like, I was just losing it.
It doesn't have to be 2 in a row. We can either, hey, listen. The whole purpose of this is I want you to flip and switch and say yes. I said I asked y'all, fell. Asked y'all, fell. They got work. I expect them, they got a little more work that needs to do, right? I want y'all to know that it doesn't matter how many you do, it's when you need to do it that matters. So I'm going to say, you want water? Yes. Hit your pyramid and then get off the mat. Okay, Reagan's going. Because Haven really needs water, so this should be really, really good because she wants to be done. Who wants to go get water next? Hey. Y'all gotta look like that. Just saying. That one looked like they stroked it. Good timing. Do you see them dip with her? That was some good, no, it counts. That was some good second layering. Way to walk around. I'm glad she stayed tight and didn't bend down or reach. That's doable. That was good. Go get water. Hey, I like how y'all get her timing with the jump. When y'all do that, it's a higher throw. I don't know. That way, and let her jump. Last group.
you are on the game right after, you need to have all of your game stuff in your bag and being ready to transition right into that, okay? Remember, it's the Christmas game. Everybody has their Christmas bows. Everybody has a Christmas sweater on that game, right?
Yes. Are we able to wear ponies to the game, or would you rather?
If we...
Because it's an hour drive back, so I don't know if we'll have time to do that there.
If we have to, we'll wear compare to the game. I'll let you know based on what time we leave, okay? So bring your stuff to do your hair also if you can. But yes, if we have to wear compare, we will. Okay, so logistically, everybody who brought the stuff here, Maddie and Dallas, and who's you're taking the traditional bag? Maddie, you're taking Meg's, and where are you? Meg's flags, and game day signs. Are there any logistics that are not okay for tomorrow? Okay, hands in.
Not better today.
We're not gonna suck.
Okay, hi, my name is Dalen Williams, and we're here at Chase the State. Chase the State is basically, you know, an opportunity for the cheerleaders from everywhere to get the opportunity to showcase their performance before the actual state competition.
Horns up, defense, horns up. 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 Loud! Horns up, defense, horns up.
All right. Pyramid mistake. We're not bad.
Good job. Let's follow them out this way, wherever they go.
That way. That wasn't the problem. It was in the air. Wasn't that you had that. That was fine. Being the middle stunt and going up late wouldn't have been a mistake. It was in the air. So you're right. She probably didn't hand the sign to you in time, but the sides went up and you went up in the middle. To the judges, it would have been fine. But while in the air, the missed sign was, and of course, the falling from Taylor's. Those are just many mistakes. Focus next time. And we'll fix that stuff with the signs later.
Well, the routine was going great. And one reason you need to respect the skill is not the catch of the fly forward, but setting out the catch. I did a belly flop on the ground with my sign, which I was supposed to give Belle. Then I have 2 counts to give Belle the sign, throw the palms, and get into a shoulder. And I was on the ground. So I don't know how, but somehow I got up there. I think they started throwing the pyramid before I was in the shoulder. But it worked. And it was actually one of the best pyramids we've done. So if that pyramid had gone any other way, it would not be funny. But since the pyramid smacked, afterwards, it was a little funny. Because I just belly flopped for no reason because of how stupid it was. Like, it's such a stupid little mistake. But it's such a stupid little mistake. And, like, the fact that all of them watched me belly flop on the floor is a little funny. Especially since now we know it will never happen again. Because we'll focus on it.
Pull a stretch. If it feels like it's falling, pull a stretch. Lift, feet together. Don't fight them. Lift and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. Okay, music's on. But you didn't hit him like that.
Take your time. B-U-L-L-S, let's go Bulls. Green. This time,
No.
We go. Finish strong. Finish.
Dead tired.
We go. Come on. Well, that wasn't good.
At Bartow yesterday, the Chase to State performance, we did really good on game day. We all got up super early to get there, and game day went well. We brought the energy, even though the room wasn't even that full. I don't do too many crazy stunts or anything in game day, but it's still exhausting doing signs and dance and cheer. But so we got through it, and it was really fun. And then we warmed up for traditional, went well. Like, we were all pretty calm. We got on the mat, and off the bat, we didn't all hit our boo-foos. So that kind of brings the crowd back down after the first second. But the real disappointment for me and my group was not doing our cheer pyramid right, which is never gonna happen again. We never should have done it in the first place. It was not okay for us, and we still got up, finished the cheer with our signs and everything, and we pulled off the rest of the routine, so we were proud of that. But obviously a cheer pyramid is not allowed to fall at games or in game day or in traditional. That's never allowed.
Yeah, so our stunt was really easy. It's just like a toss-up from like a prep to the pyramid, but you just cannot drop in the cheer. Like, if you drop in the cheer, it's pretty much game over, because the cheer is worth 30 points at UCA. So like when that happened, we were just like we knew, like we messed up and made a mistake.
Cheer pyramid was definitely a fluke. Right from the shoulder stand I was already off of Haven's shoulder, so that doesn't help off the bat. So on the way to the cheer pyramid, people had bad grips, bad spacing, and the pyramid got thrown at Sammy, the mid layer, instead of up, which she can normally read. So it just came right down. But we got back up and we kept going.
It was not my fault. She said it was my fault. I think it was Reagan's fault. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think we just all were like not focusing maybe on it, because like we thought it was easy, because it is an easy skill for us. So we might have just taken that for granted. I think maybe just spacing and timing is what caused it to fall.
With Bartow, I don't even know. There was just like a complete lack of focus, and it was just chaos on the mat. And I kept trying to go back and do what I know how to do, and it just, I don't know. I came off the mat. I was very confused. I had no idea what happened. I'm usually pretty good under pressure. That's kind of like what I pride myself on, is being good on the floor in front of a crowd, and it personally was one of my worst performances with All Girl. I came off the floor immediately and was asking everyone like what happened, because I was like, if it was me, I want to know what I did to fix it. And I asked Taylor Hand, who is my mid-layering mentor, and I was like, did you see anything I did? And she was confused too. So I just think there was like a lack of focus from everyone on the mat, and it just carried over and kept going.
We're going to go to the basketball game. Y'all saw that. We wouldn't be in finals if you did that in Orlando. We'd be sitting watching. So we're just going to resignate on that. Fully capable, and didn't do our jobs just then. We had no excuses for it other than we didn't do our jobs. Girls going to basketball, we need to be on time. We have an hour and a half till we report, and when we get in there, nobody needs to know that we are mad at ourselves. That arena needs to feel that we are 100% ready to go and support women's basketball, okay? Let's roll up our flags, put our signs together, get our break, and then we will move on.
That could have been better.
All girl!
Bartow performances, I'll start with game day first. They did a great job, but when they took the floor, I was able to kind of look through the crowd from where I was playing the music, be able to see some of the athletes that looked like they were scared or nervous about what they were about to do. I won't lie, when the music started and they got into the fight song, I saw them calm down a little bit. But what we needed to see, we were able to see. Like, they were able to still get through the elements that were in the routine. Were there mistakes? Yes. But overall, as a coach, I thought that it was a good starting point for us to be able to clean up whatever we need to going into the rest of our two-a-day practices. Traditional.
So I think we have a hard routine, so we focus on a lot of the harder stunts and a lot of the pyramids. So I really think that what it was is we just didn't really pay much attention to it. We thought that was like an easier skill, so we kind of just went through the motions and it really didn't work out. It sucks because the cheer pyramid is one of the easiest things in the routine, and that should never happen. And now we'll focus on that more to make sure it never happens again.
The routine was just not good. It was not, and there wasn't a single section that was executed the way it should have been. Kind of right off the top, there was a mistake that shouldn't have happened, and then after that, there was mistakes in the pyramids, and I think I would have been okay with the mistakes in the first half if they had just settled down and hit the cheer, which is easy for them, and then finished the routine strong, which the pyramid they were doing yesterday was easy for them. They can warm up with that hitting.
I didn't even talk to the team because as a coach, I also felt like their performance was a reflection of how they were trained up to that point. We did put a lot into their hands in regards to their stunting skills, but the pyramid mistakes, and there were many, the pyramid mistakes, I kind of felt that they were coaching errors on myself, Sandy, Chefman, all of us. We chose to give them the opportunity to do the whole routine just as an eye-opener to see if they were capable of doing it. Were there some positives throughout that routine? Yes, but there were a lot of negatives too that now we know exactly where the stressors are and what we need to work on.
People tend to get in their heads, and cheer is just a mind game when you really think about it. So a lot of people were in their heads at the time, and skills that we can easily hit at practice somehow went wrong on our performance. And I think that's why we pulled together a last-minute practice. We had a lot of stunt falls, and there was no reason for those stunt falls and pyramid drops, but things happen. People make mistakes, but I think it was a good thing that we did fall at Bartow because we learned from those mistakes. And so we have to learn that to pick up if we do fall and keep going through the routine, even though, inside your head, you're like, oh crap, this whole pyramid fell, but we still have the rest of the routine to finish, so.
Yeah. So that way we build up the stamina to do the pyramid. Yeah. That way, because we know we can rep these out, while we're standing here taking a breath. But
is a good time for if you see something, say something.
Sometimes
we get cut off by the
kids. That's why we're gonna do it one at a time. That way, if someone sees something, correct it. And just try to be coachable right now, because this is why we came here to practice. We're trying to help each other. That way we don't have to change the routine.
We want this in the routine.
Corrections is love.
We want 3 days just for this routine. All love. The first half of the music, because that's what we're doing. We could do the cheer in the second half, and we're perfectly fine. But I think we do need to do first half, and then 3-minute break, and then do it again. 3-minute break, do it again, next practice.
It's right when the rewind comes on. Right now. I know, I feel good with our elites and
focus
stuff.
on these one-on-ones, and maybe that ending pyramid.
Even if we need to run.
Bartow needed to happen because we needed to come together as a team and decide whether or not we wanted to put out the hardest routine that USFAG has ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of why at least I wanted to call the practice was talking to Chef and Leighton after the performance. And I remember Chef looking at Leighton and saying, see, I told you, they want this routine. And I was just surprised by that because, at least to me, I think everyone on this team really, really wants to perform the routine that we've been given. So to hear that they don't think that we even want it needed to change. And I asked him at the performance to give us until Christmas because we're being threatened with our routine changing, and we don't
Dumbing
want
it
it.
down. That's not okay.
We don't want it. That's not the way we want to start off the season of having to take things out. So I asked to have practice so that we can come together as a team and like decide that if we want this to be our routine, we actually have to work for it. 5, 7, 1, 3. That was better. 1, 3. In. All right, that was better. Lainey, I feel like you can probably finish a little bit more up. Okay. I think you kind of try and get back to support really quick. So maybe take a second longer to explode.
Okay. I'm trying to like think if I count or something to help. I think the whole thing
Yeah.
is just like
We don't have like counts. We really think about, I think it's more of like when we feel it. But I can start focusing on a count to see if there maybe is one that I can find. Because you guys do have to wait a little bit longer than we do to get under it. Come on, y'all. Let's go, Sammy. Aggressive, Sam. Going. Let's go, y'all.
And I think it was mainly like the intimidation of our coaches. Like I don't know if people's heads weren't in the right place at the time or like during practices if we haven't really been taking it seriously. But I think with the extra practice, like that we kind of organized ourselves, it wasn't so intimidating. Like you guys have to hit these skills right now. It's more of like, why aren't we hitting these skills and what do we need to do to fix it? That way we can start hitting these skills, because if we don't, then, you know, we're just going to have to dumb out the routine, and that's not what we want. And I don't think anyone on the team wants to have to, you know, make our routine easier when we know we can hit these hard skills. It's just, you know, it's a mental game, and I think we still need to figure out like what people need mentally to get through the routine, or like to even focus on what they need to do for each skill.
They're a little thick. Yeah. Go steal some ones from the closet. You, Lainey, 3. It's the 3. To explode.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no, I'm talking about because I do finish. I try to finish out the 3, but I don't know when to go like back. Because sometimes I try and go back like after I explode on 3.
I almost try to not turn.
Okay.
Like I 3 and then I kind of like try and get that way.
Okay.
Sometimes I get a little.
So after they performed at Bartow, I think they felt what they needed to feel to kind of light a fire under them. So the leaders on the team kind of called a practice, and they all showed up at the basketball game to run through the things that they did and the mistakes that they made. It was interesting because they first came in and they were talking to each other about how they know that they can hit the routine, and they know that they are better than the routine, and they feel good about the routine. They all were speaking about how confident they were in not only themselves but each other and their abilities to hit the routine. And so they went about the practice, hit everything that they needed to hit. I just kind of sat back and watched them do their thing. It built confidence in me to hear them speak to each other that way and to build that confidence in themselves for the routine. So I think they did get better yesterday skills-wise, but I think the huge win for them was that they were able to come together and make that happen.
Take it up. Yes! Good job, guys.
They did take ownership. We had a basketball game right after we left from Bartow, and all the girls on game day came right back and we cheered a basketball game. The one thing that was positive from yesterday is that the girls on traditional immediately came right back and ran their own practice while we were warming up for the basketball game, with some of the leaders on the team kind of stepping up and saying, no, we're gonna go through all of this. And that part hopefully was a step in the right direction. But overall, it's always good to get in front of people. You learn a lot about the routines and about the people in them. So now we move forward and keep pushing through 2-a-days all the way till they get a few days off for Christmas.
My belly button and my hip will never change on my body. Do you hear what I'm saying? Half of y'all go belly button, half of y'all go hip, hip. It's different, y'all. It's not the same. And nobody's trying to figure out how to make it the same back here. I'm leaving up to y'all to figure it out. Somebody's arm once looked like this. It's not even touching a body part. Some of y'all are right here by your belly buttons. It looks awesome. Some of you are by your hip. I don't care. Just look the same. Can I put it upon you college students to do that? Thank you.
I feel like game day has come a long way, especially from when the routine was first choreographed. Yeah, that's the word. When it was first choreographed, like I feel like we've all gotten a lot better, like how we were talking about today, to the point where we just go through the motions and we're like, oh, this is game day. We're gonna do it like the same way we've been doing it every single time. But in my opinion, I also know something that like Sandy talks about a lot is that she wants us to like be closer, and you may not like everybody on the team, but like, you know, try to talk to somebody new, just like stuff like that. And in my opinion, if you're closer with your team, like you're gonna do better on the mat, you're gonna do better out there.
If you're involved in stunts and baskets, okay? Okay. There's such a thing called mat talk. If somebody forgets to do something, if somebody misses a sign, if somebody messes up, it is one gigantic unit because the rest of them aren't doing that. They're doing tucks, motions, and they're doing flags. So each individual pod is considered a group. Figure out in your group how to make sure nobody makes a mistake or forgets what they're doing. Do you understand? Yes. And that's all I'm going to say to the people in the fight song, okay? And the last thing is, do not let the pop-off or the go be all week. It is a huge visual part in the routine, and when I see y'all being lazily popping it off, it loses the effect that it should have, okay? Blake making them all goes and the bowls make this whole thing just looks beautiful. It's a great start, but it has to start with, this is our first impression. And co-ed baskets are high. All-girl baskets can be high too, okay? There's a touchdown, which lifts you, the skill, and then the tee to open, okay? So let's work on that too. We're gonna work on that in a few minutes, but here we go.
You don't really have a social life, like social media, yes, but during two-a-days, your social life is your team. So you basically either go home and go to sleep, or you can go home and hang out with your teammates more because you guys are on the same schedule. You guys need to go to sleep around the same time to wake up at the same time. So it's really nice. So tonight, like we might go hang out at someone's apartment, Reagan's maybe, and then we'll all go home at the same time and go to sleep. And we're all on the same schedule, same page. So that's nice too. But it's either that or you go home and eat dinner and go to sleep because there's not really time to do anything else.
Red Bull gets me through 2 days. You do espresso in the morning, Red Bull in the afternoon.
So let's see if we can do that again one more time with it being executed the way it was, okay? Good. She's going to stretch for the handspring. The height is the most important thing. Okay, here we go. Nice and hollow in it, squeeze. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Lock it out. Oh, that looked like a backhand. Okay, now look at y'all's hands. Come down. No, just come down. Come down. Come down. I don't know what you're looking at. I need you not to. I need you to figure out how to turn your hands in this position wherever her foot is coming from. She has a different look. You have a different look. Do not just put your hands up, because what you're doing is what guys doing in full-up stunts. I put my hand up in a twist and I catch it like this. Well, that's because you didn't turn your hand to go get it. You guys have to throw. That's why your hands are in close. Because after you finish, your hands just have to turn in a direction to go catch what you're catching. Okay, that was even better than the one before. Okay? And that one wasn't here. That one was even higher. But the grips are bad. Okay, let's do that. Try. She's going to stretch the handspring. I develop some consistency in the catching. Go.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Drive. Y'all went to her way too soon on that one, but I'm liking the aggressiveness. Like she's trying to stretch to y'all and y'all trying to go to her. It's a partnership. Like think about the physics of it. She jumps, hollow reaches to you, her body is already traveling in that direction. Y'all need to take that and redirect it to where you want it.
No, my group has been doing amazing. I mean, I feel way more confident this year with this group. We went through like getting on groove like the first week we got together, and then it worked. It was like, it's been perfect. Our vibe is perfect, and we're all work our butts off. So it works. It clicks. So I love my group.
This is Wayne Meyer, y'all. Coach me.
And also, Wayne started the all-girl program too.
Oh,
So
yes.
that is huge.
So yeah, I won't say much. I always like to come by and see you guys and just see how everything's going. But I like to, a lot of times when I talk to the all-girl teams, I like to kind of give y'all a history of how things used to be. Back when I started coaching here, we had a JV that was a co-ed, and then we had a varsity that was a co-ed. And this was right about the time where All-Stars was being invented. And I just got so tired of cutting those really awesome, talented, base-type cheerleaders when it came to tryout time. We had some phenomenal people come through here, and because they weren't 100 pounds and 5 foot, I couldn't really do anything with them with everything being co-ed. So at the time, y'all know Cassidy Meyer? Okay, so I coached along with Cassie's mom. We were married, and we just looked at each other, and I said, you know what? I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to cut those all-girl bases that are good cheerleaders. They have every right to be here, you know. And we were cutting. We were bringing skinny guys that couldn't do anything, never cheered before. We were bringing them on the team and cutting people that were like, you know, 5'5", 140 pounds, and they had double fulls and all that, and we were cutting them. It just didn't make sense. So we decided, you know what, we are going to be one of the first teams that, you know, actually does both divisions, does all-girl and does co-ed. So that was, I believe it was
21 years ago.
21 years ago. So, and it was just such a success. We did small co-ed for about a couple of years until we could recruit enough all-girl bases to turn it into what it is. So, you know, I couldn't be prouder of the legacy as it continued. Like I said, this guy was 17 when I first met him, and as awkward as they come, and kind of didn't really. He knew he loved cheer, but he didn't know what direction he wanted to take in life. And then Sandy was a couple years later. She came and she was on the all-girl team here. So it was just, you know, Cassidy was in a stroller in this room when this was first built. So I just love to come back. I love to see you guys doing your thing. You know, I know it's been a couple of years. Y'all have had, you know, some adversity. So just know that the alumni, the people that have come before you, are so proud of you guys, and they're here for you. They're here to support you, and we get to live on, you know, by watching you guys. So as y'all go to nationals, just know that y'all are something special. You know, y'all are really, you know, y'all don't know it. You don't get to see it. You don't see the big picture, but you know, you really are the pride and joy of a lot of people that have come before you, and we're all going to be watching you at nationals. So, you know, we hope that y'all do. You bring it up, make finals, get in that top 5 again, get in that top 3. You know, just good luck to y'all. You know, we'll be watching and we'll be excited for you. So,
Thank you.
Nice to meet y'all.
Thanks, Wayne. Oh, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah, where's
So Wayne and Erica Meyer were the spirit coordinators here when Leighton and I were cheering. Leighton was with them for his whole time cheering here. He had Wayne and Erica, and they were, you know, the original coaches that started the all-girl program. And, you know, Leighton, I think, goes back immediately to like remembering what it was like to cheer for him. And Wayne was intense and, you know, kind of molded him, Leighton will say, into kind of the person he is. He was one of those people. So yeah, whenever he came in, Leighton gets really excited.
He respected everybody's cheer IQ. It's like you don't make it to this level of cheerleading if you didn't go through enough training and understanding behind it to get here. You know what I mean?
So two-a-days are definitely not for the weak. It is not easy to practice consecutively that many days in a row, that many, you know, practices in a row, doing the same thing over and over can get really repetitive. But I also feel like there's kind of a beauty to it in the way that you can kind of turn off the rest of the world for a month and a half, if you're lucky, and really just focus on like achieving one goal with your team.
This is more than just cheerleading. This is almost a performance, like a symphony, a masterpiece. Like, no, you got to look at it that way. You got to look at it that way. Last night, Sandy and I went to the Improv with my sister to watch this guy, just a comedian. And I was mesmerized over the fact, if you've never, of course, he's a comedian, whatever, but just how much he grabs the crowd's attention and was hungry for more. Like, that's what you want them to think when USF leaves the floor. Like, no, why is it over? I want to see more. But that's only going to come from y'all. Okay, I'm done now. Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Bigger faces! Thank you! That was better. Jess, did you know I was talking to you about your face in the sideline? You're center girl. You got to be over the top animated, not just a little smile. Like, you need to be the girl in the face, okay? All right.
No, the end of the fight song to the beginning of the band dance. 13 seconds. The sideline took 13 seconds.
The sideline takes 27.85 seconds.
Okay. If we do it like that, it's fine. That means that's 30 seconds. 15 minutes to get on, 15 minutes to get off.
Well, Kelly's looking up. I don't know if the get off matters. I think it's the...
Well, we're definitely on it. And I'll do the music. I'll do the music.
So going into our two-a-days process for nationals, it's going to be a lot of hard work, and there's going to be times where we feel like we may not make it, but in the end, it's going to be all worth it when we finally get to that stage in Orlando.
The entire game day is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. Got it? So that means you have 30 seconds to run on and get set. So we're within the time frame that we need to be in, okay? We're going to video. I'm going to set the phone probably at a 45-degree angle. Hopefully we can get it, but we're going to video this last one, and we're going to end practice where we started it with watching it, okay? I am going to beg you, because this is what we're going to do when we go home. We're going to compare the one you did at Bartow to the last one you did at practice.
Here at USF, we have a standard that we're expected to meet and even go beyond that. So in order to meet that standard, this process is very necessary so we can A, reach our goals, and B, raise the standard for those who are to come after us. And so it's very important that we take this process seriously and really grind every day, no matter what situation we're put in, whether that's if we're tired or if we're missing people. We really are expected to put our all into every practice.
I want y'all to start developing your own personal routine within a routine and start making sure that your routine is perfect. If your routine is perfect and yours is perfect and yours is perfect, then what does that do to the whole routine? So right now, that is what I need y'all to think about.